Good afternoon, man. So, the thing that I want to talk about today is periodizing things in your life and also answering the question what does it mean to have a balanced life? Because this is probably one of the most common given advice in not only on the internet but just in life in general, and it is to live a balanced life, and it is to live a life of balance. It is to have everything in moderation. But the problem is that nobody understands the word balance and moderation and like are synonyms of those words. Nobody understands those two because for most of the people, balance looks like you have like two extreme sides of each spectrum or something like that, and you just go right in the middle, and so that's the balanced part of it. But the problem is that nobody actually achieves any results or happiness or just anything in life when you live a life of just being in the middle of something. Sometimes you need to go into this rigid extreme mode where you just grind it out. But here's where I need to explain something. Most of the people, and I'm a prey to this too, are just terrified when they hear that they need to sacrifice something in order to achieve something. Most of the people are totally terrified of that because here's the thing: most of the people, they don't like sacrifice. They don't like sacrificing things, even though they might consciously understand that in the long run it's going to give them just beautiful results. And in order to live in their shell of comfort, they start doing all of the good habits. Yeah, they get on self-improvement. They start going to the gym. They start working on their business, and they start meditating. They start journaling. They start I don't know, drop shipping or something like that. But they don't achieve any results in all of those domains. And here's where I bring up an analogy, which is it's really powerful to understand the whole concept that I'm talking about right here. Imagine a circle. Imagine a circle, and this circle symbolizes your focus, attention, energy, potential, etc., etc. And let's draw 10 arrows from it. 10 arrows. Each one symbolizes a certain desire of yours. And so the first arrow will be like the gym, the second one will be your social life, the third one will be your dating life, the fourth one will be, I don't know, your business, and etc., etc. And the problem is that it might seem like a balanced thing to do, so to draw 10 arrows from one circle of energy. But here's where the problem arises. Every single one of those arrows gets only the 10% of your potential. It gets only 10% of the energy that you have. And so it becomes this burden where you don't achieve anything. And from outside you might seem like you have a balanced life, that you do all of those things, but the problem is that achieved you haven't achieved results, not in the gym, nor in business, nor in your social life, nor in dating life, etc., etc. It's you haven't achieved anything, but from the outside it might seem like you have a balanced life. And the solution to that problem is, it is what's going to terrify a lot of people, but it is to focus on 1 hour or maybe 2 hours. So each one of those hours symbolizes a certain domain in your life. So for example, for you it might be, let's just say, fitness, gym, building a good aesthetic physique. Let's just say this is your desire, this is your absolute want for this season of your life. And so you draw the circle once more, one more time, and it has it like 100% of potential, of your potential. And you just draw this one arrow, which is like gigantic, it is massive, and it gets your 100%. So you do all of like the autistic like gym stuff. You like go, I don't know, you go to the gym sometimes 7 times a week, or like maybe six, or like you have like a rest day or something like that. You know all of like the muscle protein synthesis like stuff. You count each gram of protein. You like you're on a certain diet. You optimize everything for that. And you just think, like you just behave and think and optimize your life in a way that is going to maximize your progress in this domain of building a good physique. But let's just say your ultimate goal was to get a six-pack and like massive shoulders and like, I don't know, like good upper traps or something like that. And you have fulfilled it. You got all of the things that you wanted. You have built an aesthetic body. You're finally proud of your physique. And now the problem is that you're broke. You are just absurdly broke. You have no money in your bank account. You cannot afford to go like to, I don't know, like to get a coffee or something like that. And this becomes just like unbearably painful. And so what do you do about that? You lock yourself in the room and you work for 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Like you work for some time that mostly people will consider an unhealthy and absurd and like I wouldn't say productive, but just something which most people will consider strange, to say the least. But for you, it is the solution of the problem that you have, and the problem is that you're broke, and the solution is you go and work so much that the money will come inevitably. And it's not only about like just sitting in front of your laptop and like typing on your keyboard and like, I don't know, doing the business stuff. It's also about reading books on business. It's also about like making friends with people who like understand business and going out for a dinner with them. And you share some business ideas and you network and you like do all of this stuff. And this is the way in a couple of months, probably in a couple of months, you'll start to see some results. Your bank account will the numbers in your bank account will just start to grow exponentially. You'll finally have some money to like travel, to buy the things that you want, to pay the rent for like a better house, to help your family, to like enjoy yourself. You'll finally get what you want. But now that you have maximized the arrow of the gym, you have also maximized the arrow of business. And so what's up next? Like maybe it's your social life. Maybe you are unsatisfied with the way your social life is built. Maybe you are unsatisfied with your dating life. You're approaching your 30s and you still don't have kids and you really want to engage in a marriage. And you get the point, you get the pattern that I'm talking about. The way you live a life of balance is not by drawing like 10 arrows and just focusing on each and every single one of them. But you go and maximize one domain in your life. Then you have it like maximized and you go and maximize the second one. So you have like 2 domains maximized. Then you have like the third problem and you want to maximize this domain in your life. And you have like 3 like maximized domains. And this is to some degree, it's interesting to watch how people react to those men who are like living in this exact way of living. So for example, let's bring up, I don't know, like Mark Zuckerberg. And this guy, he has built an absurdly like wealthy company. He's like the founder of like Facebook and like, I don't know, like what else he's a founder of. But you get the point. This guy's like a billionaire. And so he has just outrageously maximized this domain of business. And now, for example, he wants to like go into the more of the like the fitness stuff, and he wants to like get into a better shape, and so he starts training like jiu-jitsu or something. I don't know what he's training, but I have heard that he's training martial arts or something like that. You get the point. You get the point. Maybe like it's not Mark Zuckerberg. Maybe it's like, I don't know, like just insert any of like the guy who understands how this thing works. For example, like I'm in the spirit of my life right now when where I really want to understand myself. I really want to get like the insights from who I am. Like what does my psychology look like? Why I have certain parents? Why I have certain like behavior? Why, for example, like why I prefer this over that? And you get the point. And so I read books about that. I listen to podcasts about like how to understand yourself. I journal about that. I watch videos and lectures and like do all of like the online tests. It just you optimize for something which is just so important in your life right now that not maximizing it would be a dreadful thing to do. Maybe you want to like you really want to like feel what it's like to be in a like good health state, not only mental but physically. And so you go into this like month or maybe like 2 months of just like health maxing, and you read, I don't know, like all of the health books, like I don't know, the 4 Hour Body, the Outlive, Why We Sleep, Breath, like just a couple of books that on health that come into my mind, and you just start autistically implementing all of the like the diet advice, the sleeping advice, the like the training advice, and you just start implementing that in your life, and you see then what happens. And after 2 months of like doing this health period, you're just feeling like a superhuman. You're feeling like you have this sublime experience every single day. You live such a life where you wake up and you just feel like a man should. And so maybe just decide in which period of your life are you in right now. Go and focus on that single-mindedly. Sacrifice a couple of things. Like, of course you cannot sacrifice things like sleep, training. Like you cannot, like, I don't know, go into business and just sacrifice any physical activity, because then you'll end up as like as a rich guy, but you have a, I don't know, like a double like double so much or some shit. You have a 20% body fat. And so like some things of course you cannot sacrifice. You need to eat, you need to drink, you need to like train, you need to like, you get the point. You of course you have some essentials, you have some things that you cannot sacrifice, but much of what you do should be devoted to your purpose, your current purpose. The word purpose itself, it's like it has been so misused and it is so vague in the modern world, because everybody tells you like, oh, go and focus on your passion, on your purpose, and like your purpose is the most important thing. And like I asked myself that question, I don't know, like billion of times. And it is the question like, what is my purpose? And the thing what I found about purpose, the way I understood it is like, it is not something that you are born with and you die with. It is, if you are born with like an idea that you're going to build, I don't know, like bloody like amazing cars or something like that, you're going to like become, you're going to build like a car manufacturer like company that's going to build like the best, like I don't know, Formula One fucking, I don't know, just like the first thing that comes into my mind. And you die with this thought. You just like, you live according to your purpose. That is awesome. That is awesome if you have a clear purpose for one, and this purpose like is clear for the rest of your life. But for most of the time, purposes, they actually change. They change a lot. They sometimes they change in like every month. Sometimes they change every like 2 months. They might change like once a year or once 2 years. You have layers of of those purposes. You have health, business, gym, I don't know, like relationships, etc., etc. Like raising kids. You just have a whole bunch of purposes that you must fulfill, and that is the way you live a balanced life. And so, with that, I hope this will help you, and see you in the next one.